welcome
what?
to the How Is This Fake podcast. It's me, Miggy, here with TJ, and we're going to talk a lot of stuff today.
We got a lot of stuff to do. I got a costume change planned later because I have to pretend
Ooh.
like we're not doing this on the same day.
Oh, good point, good
The
point.
aesthetics. I'm breaking kayfabe here, but you know. So some big news for me personally. Just gonna start off and tell everyone because it's all I've been thinking about. Uh I will be commentating and ring announcing at the
Both?
next Dream Slam show. Yeah, that's what the text said.
And that's the one in September.
That's on September 21st in the LBC at Trademark Brewing. I think there's Beer Olympics involved.
I was going to
Now,
say, is that
because,
the Beer Olympics?
well, the Beer Olympics is before
The wrestling.
the wrestling. So I don't think I can compete because, I need to do a good job and I will take gold at the Beer Olympics if I allow myself to compete.
Dude, you need to do Das Boot
Mm.
in the middle of the ring.
Maybe I'll bring out the Malort.
Ooh, ooh.
Still haven't opened it.
I know, we still got to do that. We
It's
still got to
getting
do that.
dusty.
I know.
But
Today might have been a good day too. It's franchise day, so shout out the franchise Shane Douglas.
oh, right on. If
Yeah.
cause I know you got a long day ahead. I'm just chilling. If you FaceTime me later, I'll do a shot with you.
All right. All
Doesn't
right.
have to be a big deal. Just hey, a couple minutes, blah blah blah.
Let's
But
do it.
anyways, there's even more that I'm doing. I am going to be at Ignite again and again and again.
How is this fakes TJ taking over the Southern California professional wrestling scene? I'm happy for you, buddy. And I'm jealous. Just because I just want to step foot in a ring. One of these days.
Dude, you
One of these days there'll be a show on a Saturday and I can drive all the way down there.
you just got to take a Monday off or take a Friday off and leave
Oh,
early Friday morning.
I know.
But I was also thinking something that you brought up in the last episode was you asked Mr. James if he ever had like a gimmick, like a dream gimmick growing up as a kid. And then I was thinking, m- you know, they don't know my last name. They just know me as TJ. Do I create a gimmick? Am I thinking too deep into this?
I like TJ Stonebone Stone King.
See, the thing I wouldn't want is to be like overly, I I wouldn't want to wear anything like colorful and flashy. Maybe I would need to,
I
but
don't know, buddy.
if I was booking me, I would just wear the black shit that I was wearing, and I would change my last name because Stone King is that's a lot of consonants,
Yeah,
and I would do something quick, like a one syllable, bum bum bum.
I like it.
So
You
I'll keep you
what's it
guys
called?
updated.
In Ignite, you could team up with that girl Peggy and those clown guys and do the clown makeup, and then maybe they'll even maybe one of these days you'll be able to go and ring announce at JCW. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, the Juggalo
Juggalo
Championship
Championship
Wrestling.
Wrestling. Whoop
Dude,
whoop.
that they put on they have some killer cards. I can't lie, bro.
They
I
have.
would love to go see one of their shows.
So I told you that I bought tickets to go to the GCW show here in Phoenix on September 19th. And what they're doing a show in October though, where it's GCW versus JCW, and I'm just upset that that's not the show that we're getting here in September. But we'll get Shotzi Blackheart, and that should be cool. And Matt Tremont will be on that show, and Atticus Cougar, and a good decent amount
I
of
love
people.
Atticus, dude. Atticus
Yeah,
Cougar's sick.
yeah.
Well, dude,
And
that sounds like a Killer card.
Yeah, and you know what I've been thinking about? Here's a hot take for you. Okay, you know what I've been thinking about?
Do it.
GCW does a good job at highlighting, a majority of their regulars, right? You got Matt Cardona on a lot of the cards. Now Shotzi's on a lot of the cards. Atticus Cougar. You got Sam Stackhouse. Those all these guys that are GCW regulars, they do a good job at highlighting the roster that they have. And I'm pissed off, buddy.
Why are you pissed off?
Because I was thinking about it and I'm looking at, guys like Jacob Fatu, for example, who, you know, there's a lot that he does. Um, but if he were on AEW, for example, he would get lost in the shuffle. Guys like Joe Cobb or Jeff Cobb. Joe Cobb is the guy I went to high school with.
JC Mateo.
JC Mateo, guys like that. And I started thinking about, the importance of, WWE has how many shows a week? 3 shows a week. AEW has 2 shows a week, and still we don't see everybody that is on their card. And, I keep thinking about the importance of those shows, like not necessarily speed, but look back to like the Sunday Night Heat, the Velocity, things like that. It was a good main event, even was a good way for them to highlight their, talent they're not using and bring in
The
those guys
undercard.
still the really undercard guys, but also, keep things moving. And then AEW has such that massive roster that they could make that undercard show worth watching. That's why the problem with Dark was that it was just too long of a show.
And they let anyone on it.
And they let anybody on it. Exactly. Not necessarily like they didn't have real stories on there, things like that. They could make that show, just like an indie show, a well-produced indie show. So I just feel like wrestling companies, I don't know the money involved, but they all have so much money, except WWE, I guess, is losing money because they're charging everybody $1.5 million to go and do anything. But they need to bring back those undercard shows, especially, and this is going to lead us into Clash in Paris, what we're going to talk about, because if AEW, they have like 10-hour long pay-per-views, but WWE have been putting on, this Clash of Paris card has 6 matches. So it's like, you aren't, you're not everything has to lead to a pay-per-view, clearly. AJ Styles is the son of Paris
I
at this
know. The
point.
fact that he's not back in
Phenomenal,
Paris.
phenomenal, phenomenal, no, no, la 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 la.
That's good.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. Sorry. But
Was John Cena wasn't in Paris the last time they were there on that
I
card,
don't
was he?
believe so. No.
Then maybe they're like, you know what? We don't need to put AJ on this just for the entrance because we're gonna have John Cena.
But they don't have Randy Orton on the card either, and they put him on at least SmackDown last night.
He's not on the card, doesn't he have a match against oh, does he
I
not?
think he was supposed to have a match against Drew, but I don't think they announced it. I don't think it's there.
No, I think he does. Let's look. Well, here, you Google X, you got the computer. I'm gonna respond to your hot take. I agree. I would definitely love to see the undercard utilized more in uh especially like more mainstream shows like AEW and WWE. My problem with AEW and the way they've done it is it's just like whether you're main event, mid card, lower card, it's like you're usually only there for X amount of months and you get hurt or then you're put on the shelf and it's like unless your name's Jericho or MJF
Who's coming back to
or
WWE pretty soon? But
oh
keep going.
yeah, it's I did well, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. It's clear as day. Um but yeah, like dude, those Heat and Velocity and main event cards, I mean and those matches were really good because they helped get the because they usually tape before Raw and SmackDown, so it helped make the show I think better from what I remember, because it was like an opening band kind of deal, if you go to a concert.
Yeah,
But I think WWE's focus is not utilizing all the card, but it's like that would be growing tall, right? That's the way I envision it. They're growing out. They are creating their own NWA. That's what they're doing with probably the eventual purchase of TNA.
yeah,
They got Evolve.
that's a good point.
They just bought
Do people
AAA.
watch Evolve though? Like,
Well, it's on. Well, that's
it's
also
on Tubi, but
that's like
so
the
it's
NXT
free.
of NXT.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So I don't. I mean, there's some wrestling fans do. That's all they do is they just watch wrestling.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
so somebody's watching it, but they are. I feel like they are because Triple H always wanted NXT to be like in NWA. You had the NXT UK, and then I believe wasn't there talk about them doing like in NXT India or like
Yeah,
Japan or something like
there
that?
was, and you even
That's why I
what's it
think
called?
isn't
You
that
look
why
at
Jinder
those
became WWE champ
the
because they were breaking in that market?
yeah, and you look at those the Cruiserweight Classic, the Mae Young whatever they did too, bringing in
Yep.
cut people from all other companies all over the world. That's a good point.
So I think that's what WWE is turning into, especially now that it's a global corporation with UFC and PBR and all that stuff. Um, there was something we were going to
PBR, the
talk
bull
about real
riding,
quick.
not the but
Yes. No. PBR should sponsor this podcast first.
right. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre is not on the card. It's rumored that
Oh,
they might add it,
okay.
but it's not on the card. I thought that they would have added it last night on SmackDown.
There's still time.
Yeah.
Real
Um.
quick on Jericho, because we talked about it.
Yeah.
The reason I know he's not going to come back in AEW is because of what Tony Khan said recently. I don't even remember who he was talking to, but I just read the couple of
Oh,
paragraphs
I
that it
missed
took him
it.
to answer this question. He was basically just like Chris when he was here, he was one of the all-time greats of AEW, and he did so
Oh.
much, especially for Ring of Honor, and Chris is the best. And basically just, thanking him and telling him how great he was and all the things he did in AEW. But the question was like, is he coming back?
Oh.
Or are you gonna re-sign him or something like that?
Oh yeah. So he's done.
Yeah.
He's back at
Tony Khan
WWE.
goes on one of those rambling speeches where he avoids answering the question. The rumors are
Yeah.
usually true.
He's going to be back at WWE, and not only back at WWE, but he will be the headliner for next year's Hall of Fame.
You don't think he has one more match before he goes in?
I think that he'll be one of those people that's in the Hall of Fame but still wrestles.
Oh, like a Rey Mysterio kind of thing.
Yeah,
I
Rey
would love to
Mysterio,
see
Adam
him
Copeland,
do
Dudley's.
not necessarily wrestle, but if you put him on commentary or made him like a GM or something, I would love to see a Jericho character, not necessarily a Jericho wrestler in
Ooh,
WWE. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I maybe on the next episode or Wednesday's episode. In my head I just predicted the whole Hall of Fame class of 2026.
Ooh. Well,
So maybe
yeah,
we
we'll
might
save
have to
that
throw that
for
in.
all right. Well,
Um,
let's get to
yeah,
the
let's
big
talk
meaty meat part.
this card.
The Plash at Karis.
Let me ask you this: 6 matches on this card. Rusev and Sheamus.
What
I
about it?
honestly feel that they do not have anything else for these guys, and they just keep having them fight each other over and over and over again. And do I like that? I mean, they're putting on good matches and proving that they should be doing other things. I don't care about this match because we've already seen it a million times already this year, and when Rusev was in WWE last time.
Honestly, dude, I think Sheamus is like great. He's a guy that's been there for forever, but I've never really been a huge Sheamus fan. And I always feel like I don't want to say he doesn't hit hard, okay? But I feel like I want him to hit harder, and his I don't know. I've never really connected to a Sheamus match. I couldn't tell you my favorite Sheamus match because I don't even remember any good Sheamus matches for me personally. And so yeah, I'm not really invested in this either. I love Rusev a lot, and I really want him to like have that same like redeemer energy that he had all those years ago in AEW. But we'll see.
Yeah. Sheamus and John Cena had some good matches early in
I mean,
Sheamus's career, but I
he's had
really,
matches
there's
with
none that
everyone
really
just because
stick out to me.
he's the only one that sticks out to me is the one with Daniel Bryan,
When
and that what.
Daniel Bryan lost in 19 seconds.
But I would remember that regardless of who it was, not because it was Sheamus.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good point.
But yeah, he's. I
I
mean,
liked him and Claudio together. They had great tag team matches. But on the top
the
of my head,
bar
I
was
can't.
awesome.
Yeah, well, them and the Usos was a really good match, and them and the New Day. I think they had a three out of best out of three falls match with somebody, one of those guys,
Yeah.
and it was good. Um, Again, Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns. Bronson Reed needs to win this match, but Roman Reigns is going to.
It's gonna be a. I think Roman Reigns is gonna win, but Bronson Reed is gonna go over.
I hope
Like
so.
the heat will be on Bronson Reed. Roman's gonna win, but people are gonna be booing. So I think you're gonna get a DQ by either a run in from Braun Breaker or some kind of uh like if the ref stops it because he won't stop tsunamiing Roman or something like that.
Oh, that we could be good.
Um,
Some type of
and
weird
then
ending.
Roman leaves for another 2 or 3 months, and then he comes back and
Yeah, it comes
faces
back
Seth.
just in time for Survivor Series.
Oh,
Takes a
and then you
month or
get the
so off.
Vision and the Bloodline again.
That's a good point. Oh, you know what I would like to see happen? I would like to see the Bloodline come out and beat the hell out of Roman Reigns, and then also cost Jey Uso the match at the end of the night.
Well, that's true because they're a little pissed off because of what Sami Zayn did
Yep.
on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're gonna hold that Sami Zayn SmackDown thing because I am going to what's it called? Blow your mind and also probably frustrate you with stuff I have to say. We'll talk about it in a later episode too. But
Mhm.
um, yeah, I don't know. The match would be hard hitting, and probably Bronson or Braun Breaker's going to interfere. But yeah, this will be okay.
I don't think it'll be a bad match, but it'll
No,
probably be first. What's next? What's the next match?
Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. Who cares? Becky Lynch wins.
Yeah, yeah, I was listening to a What Culture video before we recorded, and
Yeah,
I forget which host it was, but he mentioned how there there hasn't been a whole. I can't remember if he said he didn't feel invested or there just wasn't a lot of heat, um, and that's why he wasn't. I don't remember, but he made the point that the best part of this whole thing was the comment that Becky made about Ozzy Osbourne.
yeah,
And
and it pissed Kelly Osbourne off.
which I thought, and I thought we talked about it briefly. Maybe we didn't, but
Yeah,
I
I don't know.
thought because Ozzy and Sharon had been involved before, that Kelly would like
Yeah, he's a
she'd know it was a
WWE Hall of
work.
Famer.
So hopefully she knew it was a work and she was just playing along. But
Yeah, I don't
anyways,
know. That'd be cool if
it's
Kelly
hard
Osbourne
to.
comes out and just beats up Becky Lynch.
I mean, her first like big public appearance
Yeah,
since everything happened.
Jack Osbourne comes out and calls on all the ghosts he hunts and calls it good.
The lights turn off and turn back
Yeah.
on, and
Well, speaking
but
of the lights turning off and turning back on, would you have one more thing to say?
yeah, I was just gonna say that it's hard to get heat on when like Nikki is not the redeemer of Ozzy Osbourne. So like
No.
there should have been a huge insult like that towards Nikki instead of Ozzy. But
Yeah.
you sacrificed the cheap heat for the heat you could have gotten to help the match, I think.
Like she could have been like, Oh, you came back for one last run so you can watch your ex-boyfriend and get close to your ex-boyfriend during his last run.
Just hone in on the John Cena thing.
Yeah, I mean, really,
That's
that's
all you have
that's
to do.
that's really it. That's really it.
All right, turning the
Um,
lights on and off. I
yeah,
like your
Wyatt
way. I
six and
like your
Street.
style.
Wyatt six and Street Profits. Wyatt six wins, because they never should lose ever again anything. But also, we're going into Halloween Horror Nights, and Wyatt Six has a Horror Nights thing. WWE is when it gets closer, when it officially opens to everybody. WWE is 100% going to hone in on that, advertise the hell out of that. And from what I'm hearing about the horror house, and from what your wife sent in our little group chat last night, it looks awesome. I would love to go to it, even though I've heard like horror stories about horror nights. I know like the Five Nights at Freddy's house was a 4 hour wait at one point just to get in.
Yeah. So I meant to
And
respond when you mentioned wanting to go to
I
Horror
texted it
Nights.
late.
Yeah. No, I meant to respond, and so I'm glad you brought it up because I could just tell you now. I've been one time, and that was at least 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And back then, the little group I went, we all bought front of the line passes like the VIP, the whole shebang. And back then it was 180 bucks. So
Okay.
it was
Yeah,
pretty
I'm sure it's more
expensive.
than that now.
We got to the front of the line of every maze and I think every ride or, whatever. And by the time we were done, it was almost the end of the night and we didn't wait in a single line. But
So that's the way to
lines were
do it.
like the lines were like 2 to 3 hours long for everyone else. And I told myself then I was like, there's no fucking way I would come back to this.
No.
The mazes are really great, but and the quality is good. Like when I went, there was an Insidious maze.
Ooh.
Dude, I screamed like a little bitch. But then there was also like an Alien maze or an Alien versus Predator maze, and that one was super cool. Like just the
Okay.
effects and everything were great. So, anyways, that's my experience. Do that. Do
Well,
with you.
what I was hearing about the YS6 one is that if you're not a WWE fan, you're just not gonna get it.
So those lines will be probably shorter.
Yeah, you're just not gonna get it. So, we got two matches left. I am at a loss here, buddy, because I don't know which match main events. You have the World Heavyweight Championship match, but you have the John Cena match. Now, John Cena versus Logan Paul. There is no way that in John Cena's last match in Europe that he loses to Logan Paul unless, and it's inevitable. Okay, it's inevitable. They've already teased it. Brock Lesnar is coming out in Paris. He will be there. So does he interrupt the match and cost John Cena the match, or does he come out at the end? And if he comes out at the end, do they save that for the main event?
I think they're going to do the exact same thing they did last time. He's going to come out after Cena wins and F5 him, and that's how the show ends. I think that's how it's going to be.
All right, I agree with that, which sucks because I think that this other match
That
deserves
does
to be the main
suck.
event. I think
It
this fatal
sucks
four way match is going
because
to be great.
I'm sure it will, especially like with everyone in that match is good and is
Yeah.
you know I expect that one to be great. Um, just because Lesnar shows up, like you're not going to get the Lesnar pop and then have to sit through another match. So you probably do the exact same thing you did last time, which I think it sucks. And then whenever Cena's in his next town cutting a promo, he cuts a promo against Brock, and maybe he calls him out to the ring. Maybe okay, here you go. ESPN, that's what this thing's on tomorrow, right? Their first
Yeah.
show. So
Um, I think this is the last show on Peacock now, or is it the first one on ESPN?
I think it's the first on ESPN, unless you have VPN.
Well, that will suck because no, it's not. It's the last one on Peacock.
Okay.
The September 20th is the first show on the WrestlePalooza.
So then what I think you do if you're WWE, or what I assume they're doing, is you have ESPN with the exclusive breaking news, the first ones to report that Brock Lesnar will be at Raw to
Yeah.
face John Cena and blah blah blah. Or John Cena issues a challenge and Brock responds at SmackDown.
Yeah, probably something like that. I would love it if they just brought AJ Styles out to beat up. You don't even need to bring AJ Styles out for a match. You just bring AJ Styles out, have him stand there, and that's it. But yeah, I mean, and then we know Seth Rollins is going over in this main event. Very predictable card, but I do think that will be the match of the night for sure. The bad guys cost everybody the match. Uh, Maybe it gives CM Punk some time off, or maybe it
You
leads
know,
to a Punk
I
and LA Knight feud. Maybe they run back last year completely and have CM Punk be a member of the Bloodline and take on. I don't know.
well,
I don't know what's next for CM Punk.
I was just gonna say because you said roll it back last year, and I just said the Lesnar's probably coming back the same exact way that he did the last PLE. Uh, dude, these the stories are not getting told, I don't think, in a way, and we've kind of been bitching about how boring it is, but dude, it's so everyone's saying that Roman will eventually face Seth. Okay,
Hmm.
never seen that before. And also, aren't CM Punk and Seth supposed to like kill each other at some point? Like, is that never going to end?
No,
So, and
it's
the
because they
three of
don't
them
have
already
anything
had a
for
match
anybody.
together, but then you got Drew going up against Cody.
Yeah,
And I don't know. I'm
make it make sense, buddy. Make it make sense.
the only person who's like been new-ish beside, well, okay. I can't say the only person then besides and list three people. Off the top of my head, I can list three people that are newer and have like gotten, you know, main events, upper mid card stats. You got Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, that's
Everyone
fair.
else has been there, and they're all like
Yeah,
40 years old.
that's fair.
Anyways,
All right, well, we'll watch this show tomorrow. I'll watch this show tomorrow. It's on at noon. I don't know if you're gonna watch it or not, but I know you're
I'll watch it before we talk about it next. I got to go to
yeah,
Hot Wheels Monster Truck,
that
which
sounds
by the way is
super.
pretty cool.
It does sound really fun.
They
Dude,
put like neon on the trucks.
when they finally finish this Mattel Hot Wheels theme park, you guys got to come out here for that, and we'll go and do all that
By
stuff.
the way, dude, also I have good news to tell you about when we're in Arizona.
Cool.
We'll pause it there, people. Catch you in the next video.